Hello and welcome back to Bloodborne with myself, Hollow. It's such a good feeling to be able to say that, man. 3-year gap and then suddenly I'm back and it feels so good. We're now in session 7, question mark, chat? It's right, it's 7, right? To continue on. And we have a special little run here. I'm going to probably be cutting this into 2 parts for YouTube. It's still going to be, plenty long, don't worry. But I have to stream today for like 5 hours, maybe 6 hours to achieve what I need to achieve. I've got too much set out to do. There's so much that I've got to try to accomplish in this one session. And it includes multiple great ones falling to my hands. Or rather, I suppose technically the first one's kin, but there will be a great one in today's episode. And by the end of it, I want to be drenched in blood, because I'm weird like that. And also holding the Moonlight Greatsword today. So hopefully I can achieve my goals, as big as they are, because I only have one more session after this one remaining before God of War comes out. I have to start streaming that immediately. So Bloodborne must be finished in this live session and the session following tomorrow. Then there's no more time. So I have to beat it. So welcome to a kind of quicker paced episode. But I will still be obviously focused heavily on the lore and enjoying the game to its absolute full as best I can. Right, we want to go to the Forbidden Grave, I believe. As you can see, I am wearing the church outfit, the higher up ones, the basically the ones that would be the Ministers of Blood, the Blood Ministers. We have some good arcane resistance on this, and since this is an arcane playthrough, I of course want the thing that's going to give me the best chance in the following area, and we're going to be dealing with some arcane. Now, once again, I remind you guys that kin are weak to bolt, so I will be using my Tonitrus, even though it is less upgraded than my sword. And we get our first look at the enemies in this area. These hideous insect bug guys that are actually wearing, hopefully it doesn't aggro, they're actually wearing the Byrgenwerth Scholar's outfit, just ripped apart by the many bits of arms and tendrils that are coming out. As we know, Byrgenwerth people, they're constantly trying to get insight and put eyes inside of their head. That's all they want. Well, this is quite literal, isn't it? It's a head covered in eyes. They've achieved what they wanted, but lost any consciousness. So, sadly, they've managed to achieve what they wanted at the cost of their consciousness, at the cost of their sanity. They no longer have any idea what they're doing. They're just monsters. Look, it's statues of messengers with lanterns, but these are not actually messengers. Just a reference to the fact that the whole way you're led by lanterns set out by the messengers, and the messengers are working for German, the doll, the pale moon. They lead you the way, but they lead others too. Obviously, they're obsessed with the hunters as a whole, but Byrgenwerth have actually set out lanterns in their image, doing the same thing. Isn't that interesting? Okay, we don't want to mess around in this area. It is a dangerous area. You aggro multiple of these guys and you're in for a hard time. Ah, he got me. Ah! Fucking frenzy. So the more insight you have, the more damage, the bar of your frenzy is lower, so you can withstand frenzy a lot less when you have more insight. If I had 0 insight, the bar that says frenzy on it would actually be quite big. I don't want to aggro 2 of these at once, so... Generally, they start with the jump attack, and that's the one you've got to avoid. So I will be just letting them do one attack and then killing them. I probably won't get grabbed again. The sound is horrific. I obviously want to avoid that. Alright. This is also a kin, an alien type. So he is very weak to Bolt, as you can see. Gets absolutely devastated. Arcane Lake. In reference to the lake that we're actually right next to, we have found so many of these sea and lake runes. Like, look at this, man. I just found so many. Arcane damage reduction plus 7%, quite good for what's upcoming. It has the exact same description as the rest, once again. We move along and we actually see Byrgenwerth's observatory, the top side of it. We have actually come down to this area in the Nightmare. Underground, we have the actual scholar area that's been stolen away by the Mensis group. I love this spot right here, one of my favorites in Bloodborne, just for the visuals alone, the hanging moon and the reflection. It's so important and means so much right here, this specific site, this view. We have our world and then the reflection of our world. This is still technically a realm that you can go to. You know, the lakes and the seas, they're more of a door, as I've said in the past. They're more of a portal. Come on, then. Right, so here come the jump hugs. We just space out. Ooh. I should have killed him in the jump. I honestly don't know why he got the hug off. He should have died right there. It could have been the frame lag caused by this fella right here. Disgusting. Whoa! I've never been hit by the charge attack before. Alright, relax, mate, relax. Oh, God. I'm getting stuck on him. You're so gross, dude. You're so gross. Weapon at risk. Just what I want to see. No worries. We'll sort out Byrgenwerth now. We'll pass through Byrgenwerth. And then we can go fix that. And then we'll go do what we have to do. I'll just have to use the fire sword temporarily for a little bit. Great One's Wisdom. There you go. The first one that we find. So we have Madman's Knowledge. Quite a lot of that now. And then the Great One's Wisdom. As you can see, it is just one, like, slug Great One image breaking the skull. Now check out the Great Ones. It's a bunch of them. It's actually, it's 7 of them. Breaking out the skull with so much knowledge. Fragments of the lost wisdom of the Great Ones, beings that might be described as gods. At Byrgenwerth, Master Willem had an epiphany. If we are thinking on the basis of planes, what we need are more eyes. If we are thinking on a lower level than the Great Ones, our only hope to achieve their level of intelligence and power is the insight to comprehend it. And by gaining insight, you line your head, your brain, with eyes. It's sort of a side effect of the insight. And obviously they were trying to do that. But I wouldn't call this success. I would call this corruption via the knowledge. Being overwhelmed by the knowledge. So we have a little shortcut here. Opening the way into Byrgenwerth. The door's already open. We do find a scholar up here. This right here is the trapdoor that I've been referencing. This should lead logically down into the lecture hall. which has been ripped away into the nightmare. So that's the physical location down that trapdoor to get to the lecture hall. Here we are. So I think this person's from the choir. I guess they came here. I guess they came here in hopes of finding information and knowledge since it's been abandoned. Smooth as butter, baby. Oops. Right, give you some space, so if you cast any spells. As you can see, she is using choir-based attacks. Dead. She's using choir-based attacks, you know, with Arga. She's using Arga as well. She also uses a cosmic spell that does huge damage on AoE. I managed to dodge it by running around this corner and really give you a proper look at it. But it's an extremely powerful spell we definitely want to use. And it can one-shot you. She drops blue elixir. And we can even open this door as well if we choose to come this way to enter. I might as well have it open, you never know. We have a look around. We see the same stuff as what's below in the nightmare in the lecture hall. Fetuses, dead babes, failed babies, stillborn babies of great ones that they're studying. We have eyes, obviously in reference to lining your brain. This is the physical version. Do you think the failed versions of lining your eyes with lining your brain with eyes so you can gain insight was them literally taking eyes and implanting them in the brain and they turn into these monsters, rather than like, oh, they actually did gain insight and it went wrong or something? They like physically did it to themselves, turning them into those mosquito monsters. Cuddle Call with the 11 months. Thanks so much for the resub. Really appreciate it. Welcome back. The Pearl Slug. Used in Holy Chalice rituals of all the strange life forms that reside in the nooks and crannies of the old labyrinth, the slugs are a clear sign of the left-behind Great Ones. Almost like babies of Great Ones, these slugs. I don't know the exact connection. If they are indeed children of Great Ones, or more like, you know, kin. But where do they come from? They obviously are directly linked to the Great Ones. But where do they come from? Anyway, we went into the Hunter's Nightmare, right? And we got the student uniform, as you can see. But now we have another student uniform. I guess this is the Byrgenwerth version. Because the people that were here in the upper area of this observatory were of a higher standard, you know, more learned. Maybe the teachers and the professors, maybe the management of Byrgenwerth, the people who have already graduated. It's essentially a graduate robe versus the standard school uniform. As you can see, this version lacks the thick cape, as you can see. Same description, just has a thick cape. Exact same description. Does actually give you more arcane protection than what I was wearing. And the reason I'm not wearing that is just because this looks better. And fashion is everything. The spider hides all manners of rituals, certain to reveal nothing, for true enlightenment need not be shared. Hides all manner of rituals. True enlightenment should not be shared. We should not let everyone know the truth. And the spider, Rom, the Vacuous Spider, is hiding the truth. Now, I've mentioned in this series a couple times, there is a mask over everything. I can pull back that mask by gaining insight myself. But it is too late. Mensis have already succeeded in calling forth a great one. They called forth... Of course, I forget the name of the Great One at this moment right now. Murgo. They called forth Murgo, the infant Great One. tried to talk with it. And the result was good for the school of Mensis, bad for everyone else, horrifying for everyone else. And that happened. That occurred. That's done. The truth is there. The mask there, the veil, everyone sees the truth. And Rom was created, a kin of a great one, a former student of Byrgenwerth, transformed into a kin. Not a great one, but evolved into a kin of a great one. A lower level, a lower form of a great one. And in the result gained the power to hide the truth and put this veil, this mask, over the world, over Yharnam, and prevent everyone from seeing the dark horror of the truth and what the School of Mensis has done to the world with their rituals. When the red moon hangs low, the line between man and beast is blurred, and when the great ones descend, a womb will be blessed with child. Rom is preventing the great ones as well. Not only is she masking the world from the truth, keeping our sanity semi-intact, or rather the best she can, right? She's also preventing great ones from doing what they do. Trying to have surrogate childs with humans. Their children can never be. Every great one is truly unique and therefore cannot reproduce successfully. It just doesn't work. So they try and do it with the lower form species. And they do create these monstrosities. These things right here. But even those generally don't live. Some have, though. And we'll be seeing those soon. Lunarium Key. Key to the Lunarium facing the lake on the second floor of Byrgenwerth College. In his final years, Master Willem was fond of the lookout and the rocking chair that he kept there for meditation. In the end, it is said he left his secret with the lake. So the only remaining human out there that knows about Rom and what Rom's purpose is, how Rom was made, and the secret of Rom's existence in itself, is Willem. Of course, we know now, having played the game multiple times and pieced together everything, you know, you can work it out yourself. But lore-wise, it's Willem who knows. Empty Phantasm Shell. Another of these augurs, but this one is an empty shell of an augur. It's quite interesting. It is actually a hunter tool and you can just use it. You don't require much for it, I don't believe. It requires 15 arcane. Empty invertebrate shell that is said to be a familiar of the Great One. Such as this right here, do you think? Yes, it's a shell of this slug, or this type of slug. The Healing Church has discovered a great variety of Nerbrits, or phantasms, as they are called. Shells with slime will harbour arcane power, and can be rubbed on weapons to imbue them with strength. It's the only real, repeatable version of buffing your weapon with elemental damage. It gives it arcane. You know, you can use paper, but paper's still consumed when you use it, right? This one you can just use infinitely if you have the arcane and probably the quicksilver as well. There's actually a summon here. Damien of Mensis. So, here you go. If this doesn't confirm to you that Mensis wants to end Rom and prevent it from basically stopping their rituals, I don't know what will. An agent from Mensis is here to kill Rom and help you do it. Hello, Willem. Still in your rocking chair, are you? Relaxing? Maxing? Chilling outside of school? No b-ball, though. His beautiful staff. So, he is extremely old, decrepit. He has lost all sanity, he's just a shell. But through sheer willpower, Willem can still point. His last secret And the truth of what he's left behind is over there. There is no more story to Willem, and I will end his sad existence. Do note that his blood was white. We get the I rune. A transcription of I, as spoken by left behind great ones, allows one to make additional discoveries. Just like as you level Arcane, it means you've got more chance to get items, very good to equip while you're farming. Each symbolizes the truth Master Willem sought in his research. Disillusioned by the limits of human intellect, Master Willem looked to beings from higher planes for guidance, and sought to line his brain with eyes in order to elevate his thoughts, so he could understand them and learn from them. He was obviously very upset by the capacity of his brain, and needed it to be stronger. And so he did in fact line his brain with eyes successfully. Somehow, Willem managed to get an umbilical cord. Whose umbilical cord and where, we don't know. But obviously he was searching for them. And he used this to line his brain with eyes, gaining insight hugely so he could understand. He also used this same power to transform Rom into the spider that it is today to prevent the rituals and put that mask over the world. And finally, it also created an alternate dimension. We have the physical world and the under the lake world. The other side of the lake. Your shadow is very important here, I feel. You have the physical shadow, right? So you see your physical shadow, a normal shadow behind me on the floor. And then you have a literally 1-for-1 underneath you shadow. Because you're walking on two sides of the plane. The physical existences. We're upside down right now. So cool. So cool. Okay, I'm not gonna need oil urn. Beast Roll's not gonna be too bad here. I'm just gonna swap this out for that. And over here is Rom, the Vacuous Spider, hiding the dark rituals of Mensis. Ain't she a beaut, ladies and gentlemen? Becoming kin of a great one is no pretty thing. Great ones' physical bodies are hideous, man. And though this is not a great one, it is a kin of a great one. It's, you know, similar. You can actually see that the head is covered with eyes. But so is the body. It's all covered in eyes. The most efficient way to deal with this boss is to absolutely destroy it at the beginning. I have seen multiple people fail this, and I hope I don't fail it too, but I'm looking for a stagger when she tries to run away. Here we go. I need to activate the fight. Clear out the spiders. Now, these aren't necessarily children of Rom. I see them more as, like, she has willed out a defense for herself. These are basically just little parts of Rom. Just like her, their heads are very resistant to any damage. So you have to hit them on their, like, weak body. Alright. Spider's down. Rom's backing away. Beast Blood Pellet activated. Now I'm going to gain as much beasthood as possible, which increases my damage. Okay, one more. Here it is. The fight begins now. Stop running. I'd managed to hit her for 2,000 damage at the start of the fight. Now we have a lot of spiders. And she's in her combat mode. So she actually shoots magic. That's why we got all the arcane resistance. Now she's kin, so she's weak to bolt. But she's also not that resistant to arcane. Just keep your eye on her, keep your eye on her. Using the Executioner's gloves, I'm going to effectively bypass the entire fight. Let's get some more blood bullets. Oh, that actually hit me. It scared me. Okay, the spiders are grouped. They're two massed. I gotta go around to the other side. Oh, why is that hitting me? I gotta get closer. But the spiders are really grouped up. There you go. Let's just run. Damn it, Rob. And there you go. Weakened her enough to just get 2 hits in. Ooh. Okay, there you go. Rom, done. Pretty straightforward. I went in with, what, 12 heals? I did use 2 for blood bullets. I think I got hit like 2 times just unnecessarily. But other than that, that was pretty straightforward. Rom started the fight with 2k damage. It bugged a little bit. I couldn't really see with my camera. But I'll take it. I'll take it. Kin Cold Blood 12. It's similar. But as you can see, the pool around it is a little bit more furious and frenzied. But the exact same description, it's just a bit stronger, I suppose. Anyway, we have been masked by the veil for the entire game. And today, we pull that veil off. And we see the truth. And Queen Yharnam is going to show it to us. She is the mother of Murgo, a great one. Had a baby with her. She was the queen of the previous civilization, the Thumerans. That civilization that was destroyed by the Great Ones and the corrupting power of their blood. And the queen was made to have a child with one of these Great Ones. I believe, if you want to know which Great One, I believe Udin, the formless Udin. Where is it? there. The formless Uden is the... not necessarily father or mother, because they're kind of genderless, but the parent of Murgo with Yharnam. There's no way to know, you know, it's not said, it's only not really implied, actually. The reason I think it's Uden is because Uden is formless and Murgo is formless, and those are the only two great ones we know of that are formless. How do I know Murgo is formless? It doesn't have a physical body. Because you hear Murgo crying for the rest of the game. Wherever you are. Ritual secret broken. Seek the nightmare newborn. The nightmare newborn. The newborn great one. You could say that Murgo is not necessarily a brand new baby. I mean, the question is, when was Murgo conceived? When was Murgo born and ripped out of the womb of Yharnam? Well, Yharnam is a previous civilization queen, which is quite old and was only not too long ago discovered by Yharnam and you know, Byrgenwerth and such. So Murgo existed prior to Yharnam. So there's like old people in Yharnam. We know they've probably been around for a couple hundred years or something. I would say Murgo is actually a few hundred years old at least, but I suppose great ones age differently, or it was stuck in baby form in the way that it was pulled out early. You know, it wasn't a birth. It was not a birth of a great one. It was more like a, what's the word for when, you know, you have to open a mother open to pull the baby out? It's like a C-section or something like that. They pulled Murgo out. Was it early, or was it because she couldn't give birth to him? There's complications, I don't know. But he was pulled out based on the blood on her stomach from where the womb was opened. So there's a lot of indication there that Murgo either was born too early, or ripped his way out, or something. We know that Mensis performed their rituals to communicate with a great one, and the great one that they communicated with was Murgo. And so Murgo's being kept away from her mother, Yharnam, because Mensis is using him for their nightmare and their attempt to become great ones themselves. Micolash is trying his best for that. So it's quite a lot to consider. Those are some thoughts. Let's just move on. This is a Amygdala here, just hanging out. He has tendrils, so he's different to the Amygdala that he sends us to. He's the one that sends us to the Nightmare Frontier, and we defeat the Amygdala boss. But this one's definitely a different one to the one we fight in the Nightmare, because the one we fought in the Nightmare did not have a hairy head or tentacles coming out the bottom of his face like a beard. So it's a different one. And using the Tonsil Stone, he teleported us. Even though we have 37 insight, which is quite close to the hard 40, that allows you to start seeing the Amygdala and all of the truth of the areas, we're seeing them now anyway. And the reason is because they were always there. When Mensis beckoned the Blood Moon and Murgo, the line between beasts and men was blurred. The power of the Old Blood was amplified. And as you can see, there's a fuck ton of these Amygdala, like spiders attached to the buildings. All cold blood we should find in this area will be frenzied because of the madness of seeing the horrors of this place. And this is actually a place we've already been. We're in Yharnam, the unseen village. These hideous statues of humans sort of stitch worked together. And the School of Mensis. This is a member of School of Mensis with their iron cage around their heads, acting as an antenna to more directly talk with, communicate with the Great Ones, but also, I feel, replicating the Amygdala skull cage head, allowing them to sort of have a physical version of their gods in themselves, you know, with lots of holes in their head. And as you can see, the Hunter's dream is changed too. The truth of this place is revealed ever so slightly more. That the sky is red, and it was an illusion that it was a bright blue. Where else have we seen this? In the Nightmare Frontier. This place is in the same place as the Nightmare Frontier, as I mentioned before. You see that there's waves churning. The water's becoming unstable. But the truth is that it was always like this. We just couldn't see it. I don't know if you have anything to say about that.
Welcome home, good hunter. What is it you desire? Good hunter, your presence somehow soothes. I sense the ancient echoes. They course your veins. Farewell, good hunter.
The ritual has been revealed. The truth of the situation of Yharnam is revealed to all, not just me. Doesn't matter what insight you have. You can see it. You can see the many amygdala around, watching, manipulating. Amygdala are always near their great ones, it seems. Like I say, I think they're a subservient race or faction of the great ones. They are the people that work for them, the real great ones. And by that train of thought, it's probably the case that they can reproduce as well. So, yes, these NPCs can see the amygdala now, and there's one right outside this place. Are you feeling okay? You're a bit bothered by the rituals that I've sort of revealed and the truth of the terrible situation.
Was it a beast?
No, he remains traumatized because he's seen someone die. Poor guy. He didn't even know what's going on. Are you feeling okay there, love? Something's different about you.
Oh, there you are. Forgive me, I'm a bit out of sorts. So, no blood today, I'm afraid.
I want you to also note there's a change over here. Normally she'd be watching, wouldn't she? Normally she'd be leaning around that corner, trying to eavesdrop, because she's obsessed. She's jealous. But she doesn't even care that I'm talking. Something's changed with her too.
Oh, there's something wrong with me.
My love, you are in Uden Chapel. The formless Uden is all around us. Murgo is now all around us. But the ritual of Rom has been defeated and ended. The thing preventing Great Ones from continuing to subject women of their choice to being their surrogate mothers. That's no longer preventing them. It's gone now. Nothing's stopping Uden from taking what he wants. You're back, are you?
Ah, welcome dear. You've been very, very patient. Here you are. This will help you forget. Forget your troubles. Forget your cares. Ah, Welcome home, dear. What's wrong? Anything you'd like to tell me? Oh my. You poor thing. Oh, now, have some patience. Mother will make everything better.
You're not my mother. So she's gone out and got us an extra sedative from somewhere. She's apparently going to go out and get us another one or more, because we asked for more. What a nice lady. Poor old mate here is still dead. He seems unaffected by the whole thing, so it doesn't really matter. But you, what's your deal? Normally you'd be nosy and leaning around that corner, but today, with the rituals revealed and the truth of the horror of your church, you didn't even care. She's gone insane. So, yeah, absolutely, this old woman has gone mad. She thinks I'm her son, but she remains to a certain level still capable of using her brain and, you know, hey, I've got to help my son, I'll go help my son. She's just completely lost it. The truth has just crushed her. She doesn't care about anything now. She's just mad. He's destroyed by the events of the beast. Doesn't even notice the ritual, which I don't like. I think that's kind of awkward and should not be the case. And something is direly wrong with her, but she is still sane. She's still sane. Okay. So that's a couple of things going on in Uden Chapel based on the ritual being revealed. What about Josefka, or rather the fake Josefka? She was experimenting on people. She was collecting people. Oh, we never finished the storyline with our friend that gave us advice. You know, the guy that had the blood. He came here as an outsider to get blood to prevent his disease. And just as I say that, we find him. Doesn't seem afraid of fire. It could be that he doesn't actually know that fire hurts him so much. He wasn't there in old Yharnam when they set the world of beasts on fire. Clawmark rune. The clawmark is an impulse to seek the warmth of blood like a beast. It strengthens visceral attacks, one of the darker hunter techniques. Although the difference is subtle, Runesmith Carol describes the beast as a horrific and unwelcome instinct deep within the hearts of all men, while clawmark is an alluring invitation to accept the very nature. He's the guy that gave me the flame sprayer. And this is the proof that it's him. He has smashed out of his home, his hiding spot, and turned into a beast to do so. The beast blood that prevented his death and prolonged his life was the same thing that turned him into the beast and corrupted him. And I had no choice but to put him down, really, as he was attacking me. He was a kind guy. All he wanted to do was get rid of his illness and live. And he came here to do just that. But the beast blood corrupted him all the same. Next up we have Josefka, or rather the fake Josefka. I hope this door's open. I can just go round otherwise, but... His last thought exactly wanted... Damn it. His last thought was that at least he dies a human. And he turned into a beast and I had to kill him. I don't think she's going to be there. No, she's not. Something's different. Why is she not at the door? I believe the choir's Great One and the blood that they take from that Great One results in the celestial emissaries. The bobbleheads, the blue men. And somehow she was turning humans into those same bobbleheads. My guess is that she took blood from her Great One, the choir Great One, and continued to make more emissaries for the Great Ones. that was her task. That's why she took over this clinic and tricked people into thinking she was Josefka to help people. Her task was to turn more into celestial emissaries by applying the blood of her chosen Great One. Last time she stopped us from progressing here, she warned us not to come any further, otherwise she'd fight and kill us. And she's quite excited by the premise. But again, she's not at the door. And she's not here. This ritual has removed the shackles on the Great Ones. They're free to do what they want again. And they saw someone so dedicated to them, so intently trying to commune with them, she would make a great surrogate for their child. One of the Great Ones must have thought.
God, I'm nauseous. Have you felt this? It's progressing. I can see things. I knew it. I'm different. I'm no beast. Oh, God, it feels awful. But it proves that I'm chosen. Don't you see how they writhe inside my head? It's rather rapturous.
The way she's like laying on the table, it should kind of tell you something's very weird and wrong. I think the key to seeing that she is turning mad is the hand and the head movements more than anything. Look at that, man. The hand movements when she like twitches and the way the head bobbles around. I'm not sure which Great One it is chose her. I don't think it was Uden. Could be. It's not too far from Uden Chapel, but I would assume it was Ebritas, you know, the one that she was like... She was taking the blood of her, the choir's Great One that they have in captivity, Ebritas, and turning people into the bobbleheads. It could be that Ebritas decided to use her as well.
God, I'm nauseous. It's progressing. I can see things. I knew it. I'm different. Oh, God, it feels awful. Don't you see how they writhe inside my head? It's rather rapturous.
Well, there you go. That's all she has to say. She is, in fact, pregnant with a child of a Great One, and she has been given eyes inside her head, and she is not used to the sensation. I assume Willem, you know, gave himself eyes over time, slowly, and I figure she's been given a lot all at once, and it's simply too much to handle. But as a hunter, I can't abide by children of Great Ones. My task is to come here to Yharnam, contracted to hunt Great Ones. That's what releases you from the contract when you kill a Great One. And we have just gathered another umbilical cord. Now, I want to just say it again. Willem used one umbilical cord to create Rom and line his head with eyes. German used one umbilical cord to crawl forth the moon presence and create the hunter's dream. Micolash used one umbilical cord to create his monastery or whatever it is, his cathedral in the nightmare, and communicate with Micolash, gain an audience with Murgo. That's what Micolash did. They each used one. I have two. Okay. These guys will infinitely respawn. So I don't have time to fight them. I must run through here. And defeat the bell ringer. The one who's summoning them. Once I defeat her, the rest will fall. But until I kill her, they infinitely respawn. Sadly, unlike the bell ringers in the Chalice dungeons, her summoned people do not dissipate. They continue, as you can see. But they don't respawn after you kill them. I feel the reason for that is because they're not, like, false people. I feel like they're actually Yharnamites. I guess the difference is that they've just been sort of mind-controlled. Alright, so we can jump down here. I don't remember why I do that. We already have another bell ringer. That's the item that you want, right? We'll go this way then. Let's get bolt paper. I like that it gives you bolt. Just a tiny little reminder like, hey, use this to do more damage to the kin that you're facing. I've never stood on this before. Right, we got more of these crazy women from... hello. From Hemwick. We have another amygdala hanging on here. And in the center, they're sort of praying to one of the School of Mensis. We need to find the bell ringer before we worry about killing them. If I recall correctly, the bell ringer should be over here. Down a small drop down. There it is. We go in here. There is a big guy defending her, but here she is. It's amazing how much I can remember. Little details like that, like even like the passageways, the way that I progress through the areas. After 3 years. Just finish him with that. Not that resistant to Arcane, but it doesn't do huge damage. Body disappears. This also allows us to drop down into a little cage, a little cell, which is sort of revealing an extremely important item, especially with everything we've been talking about today. The drop down right here, into the cage, into the cell, to find a choir member. You can tell by the, the choir garb, but his skin, muscle, everything gone, like he's been here for a very long time. I believe all of his blood's been sapped. He has the upper cathedral key, the key that takes us up to the area of the choir. The upper echelons of the healing church are formed by the school of Mensis, based in the unseen village, and the choir occupying the upper cathedral ward. This key brings you one step closer to the choir. What this kind of confirms is that there are, three factions of the church. You got the church hunters and the low-level guys. You got the choir, so the administration, upper level. Then you got the school of Mensis, who sort of perform the rituals. So you got like the choir who learn and study, and then you got the Mensis that actually do the stuff with the information. And they clearly had a falling out at one point. Otherwise, why would they have imprisoned a choir member and killed them in this way? Hefton, thanks for the 100 bits, and he just says, hey everyone, hey Hefton, thanks so much for the support. Really appreciate it. Alright, we'll just go around here, because there is a dude with a gun. He actually survived that. Honestly, I'm impressed. It amazes me how much damage I'm still doing with visceral attacks, despite not having leveled skill, which, scales your critical attacks. Tiny to nitrous. Oh my god. There it is. Ah. I think I'm going to get rid of Beast Straw now. I'm not using it ever. Tiny Tonitrus. Tonitrus is a unique weapon crafted by Archibald, right? We knew that. But this is a similar Morningstar to the original mace that utilizes Quicksilver bullets. When struck into the ground, it recreates the blue sparks that are said to surround the Dark Beast. Like Archibald's masterpiece, this too is a superb conductor of powerful blue sparks. This is an extremely powerful arcane tool, requiring 25 arcane to use, and also has an S scaling in Arcane. From Arcane. It uses 6 bullets, so it is much more, well, involved, let's say. It takes a lot more to use than the other hunter tools we found so far. It does bolt damage. Hello, you fuck. Look at the way his chest opens and closes. Like, what the fuck, dude? It's like he has, like, full control over his rib cage. Like, those are fingers that he's got, like, control over. So gross. He got them abs, though. Nice. What is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 pack. You got a 10 pack, mate. Nice job. I can see your brain, though, and it makes me uncomfortable. I don't believe he grabs out at you, but it doesn't make me feel any less uncomfortable. That fact. Oh, come on, bro. Oh, wow. I nearly died right there because she actually landed that unbelievably. That's fine, I just wasted a few blood vials. Can't wait for the God of War streams. I can't wait either, dude. It's going to be really fun. Oh, shit! I always do that. I always do that on this guy. Every time I forget about him. And you don't want to miss that. Ugh. Another amygdala. This one's neutral for some reason, but you get a good look at his brain. So you can see that that's his skull. And they have eyes on the inside, right? Lining the brain. So they've naturally evolved to have holes in their skull to allow their eye to see outside and to use the power of the eye, I guess, with their lasers and such. He's a neutral one, though, for some reason. Not sure why. There you go. That door that was locked takes us down into the main sort of cathedral room. That's the balcony up there where the lantern is. And we see the statue of an amygdala made by the Mensis people. He actually has lost an arm. I wonder if that's because the statue lost an arm over time. Or this one ripped off its arm like the boss fight did. He only has 2 arms, though. Unlike the real ones that have many. Oh, wait, no. There are some above. They're just like going into the wall, I guess. No, they've been cut off as well. He's only got 1 arm left. And also not all of his right leg as well. He's like a mutilated one. I've never noticed that. I wonder why. Anyway, the lantern's been destroyed. No mercy for bonfires. Nightmarish rituals crave a newborn. Find one and silence its harrowing cry. Who is leaving these notes, man? Because they tell us exactly what we need to do. Okay, so this is a really important part. There are 3 hunters here from the village here. To bypass this fight without getting too bad, I do need to use this to make myself less visible to these 2. Then I need to find where the 3rd guy is and start the fight with him on our own. Now Tiny Tonitrus. Boom! Done. There you go. 1 down. This guy's using a goddamn cannon. They don't care who or where they get their weapons from. He's using a powder keg weapon. Quick combo. Boom. Oh, that didn't hit him. Oh, that didn't hit me either. He's just like completely dodging all my moves by just swinging rapidly. He got a little bit lucky there, but we got him. It's cool. Okay, there you go. So there's a 1-by-1. Obviously, they're really difficult to fight all at once. They are solid fighters. Oh my god, he somehow got stuck on the stairwell. Aww, I thought I could backstab him. They also use the Tonitrus weapon, the Tiny Tonitrus. Something to be aware of. Oh, wow, didn't hit him. He's transformed his blade to be beast mode. Now he's really scary. He's really quick. There we go. They're not too bad when you face them one-on-one. They're all strong fighters in their own right, despite not being genuine hunters or taught. All they're just normal people. We get a claw mark from him as well. Despite not being genuine hunters, they're very strong. One of them uses insanely powerful arcane weapons. He's the first one we killed. Another one uses blood-tinged weapons, the cannon and the gun spear. And another one uses beast weapons to high levels too with the claw, and he uses the claw mark rune as well. A stronger version of the one that we got from our sadly beast transformed friend. So, you know, we know that they're all very strong fighters, and clearly the kidnappers, the hunters, were intensely powerful in their own right. But I wonder how. Maybe they just got to use all the tools and such and abused that power massively. Alright, first things first is to go get the bell ringer before we worry about anything else. And there's a huge sort of bomb, lore bomb, story bomb, whatever you want to call it, to discuss in this area that I can't really get to too much until a bit further on. But we're going to have a look at these and talk about them in the meantime. So, these caskets are filled with souls, with bodies, with flesh. You can see it down below me. And what's that it's looking at in the corner? A snatcher. I feel like what these things are the many, many kidnappees of the Snatchers and the Mensis, the School of Mensis. And the ritual that brought the moon close, blurring the line between Great Ones, beasts, and humans, making everything more possible. This ritual that allows the connection between Great Ones to be much smaller, the gap much smaller. Also revived the horrified wills of the kidnappees that were used in these sacrifices. And it somehow retains the extremely strong will of hating the Snatchers. Even though the Snatchers work for Mensis, and these things are in a way working for Mensis, it's pure hatred of the Snatchers remains, and they still kill the Snatchers as soon as they have the power to. I think that's really, really interesting. I don't understand where these came from. These candle men. But they do a huge amount of damage to anything that, well, me too, right? That stands on it. But you can drag the unholy creatures, these things, into them as well to do damage and stun them. Behold, a pale blood sky. Well, it makes a lot more sense now, doesn't it? It was there the entire time. It was always there. We just couldn't see it. We had not the insight, and the mask was still hiding the truth. So let's quickly replay this area. And its subtle changes. Hardly noticeable. I don't really know what they are, whether they're kin or what. They're certainly not Thumerans. But what I do know is that when I drag them into this holy fire, it does a load of damage. And I did some damn good damage right there. So yes, you can see that these cages, these carousel cages, are containing a lot of bodies and people. I love this. Oh my God! They have insane poise, so it's quite hard to damage them without getting hit. That's why you want to drag them into the light. But there wasn't a light for me to use there because I stood on that one. You're not going to use Tiny to Nitrous Hollow? Yeah, that's true. Let's see if they're weak to Bolt. Not bad. Not bad, honestly. Dark Charisma. Solid tip. Solid reminder. God damn, what a great tool. Great fucking spell. Ah, so cool as well. So if you recall, not too long ago, we were back in this village, and I came over here, and these three hunters, these church hunters, were praying to whatever was behind this door. Well, it's open now. The ritual is revealed. And it's quite a horrible scenario you find yourself in. One I'm not willing to contest in that way, because it's very hard. They have a lot of range shots. So what I'm going to do instead is go unlock the elevator. I like the idea that the door was always open, but you just ended up seeing it closed. Yeah, maybe. Okay, so I said this at the start of the playthrough, that these beasts that you see, these wolverines, you know, the bridge and such, they don't actually look like that. You just don't have the insight to see what it really is. I don't know. There's no way to confirm that. But Mensis put together many, many bodies to create their own wolverines in their experiments. That's undeniable. It has the exact same sounds, move pattern, style. It is quite weak to fire in the same way that the wolves were. It makes the exact same sounds. I think it is. I think what the wolverines we've been fighting this entire time, this is what they actually look like. Well, now we can see. It's a horrifying thought. Madmen toil surreptitiously in rituals to beckon the moon, uncover their secrets. We read that before. It doesn't seem that different now or important now, unlike the pale blood moon note. I always thought that it was dumb that the pale blood moon reference note outside in the street shouldn't be shown. It was like it's too early to show you that note. But I like the fact that it shows you it, because the truth is it's already there. And when you first read that note, the blood moon is there. You just can't see it. Another snatcher destroyed by the wolverine. So the Beast Scourge is really just the dead that Mensis have touched potential. I don't think the Beast Scourge is all of that. I don't think the Mensis guys are entirely responsible for it. But that right there, I would say they created that. There's a lot of half-truths and such. Hey, Sam. Has the hunt been going on since Old Yharnam, or is it different, separate hunt? The hunt originated in Old Yharnam. Okay, back upstairs we are. We now got a +9 on our swords. And we have +8 on the Tonitrus. Here is the bath. And apparently, like I say, teleports you. And I don't really get that. It's very strange. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Bell ringing woman. The Thumaran. And we're almost there, almost at the bottom of the valley. There is one big thing for me to talk about in that area. I do want to circle back so I get all the items though. So over there is the doorway. We're on the other side of the doorway. So we're going to go over this way over the bridge. If we stay up above, we won't have to face these nightmares too much from down below. The issue with them is that they shoot a ranged blood attack, as you can see. And it does a lot of damage, so I don't want to get hit by that. Alright, mate. So we're going to try and aggro little of them as possible while killing them one by one in a safe manner, or as safe as I can achieve. I'm going to try and get behind this one. We do have some fire to work with. I don't want to use my Quicksilver bullets on these guys because I'm going to be using them in the fight. Okay. So let's note it now. On the other side of the door that was closed, there is stone people melded into the wall, and they're climbing up and away from down below in the valley here in this path. Some of them have just given up and accepted their fate, and others cling on and try desperately to climb. They were cramped into this valley, kidnapped. Thousands of people herded and cramped into this place, and something happened that killed them all in one moment, like a wave, sapping their life force, their skin, their muscle, their blood, mainly their blood. And all at once, they could see it coming, they knew it were coming. Like I say, some gave up to despair. Some kept trying. Some couldn't help but look at the death that was coming. And where were they looking? Where the sound's coming from. The ritual that was performed here by Mensis worked, and they managed to commune with Murgo. But it required extreme human sacrifice, which is why they kidnapped people in the first place. Defector Antel, a Mensis defector, will help you fight this. Bolt, ready to go. I'm ready to face the kin within. So disgusting. I think about how horrible the smell must be. Professor Bubbles, thanks so much for subscribing, using the Twitch Prime. Means a lot, dude. Thank you. That monster is made up of thousands of Yharnamites. Could it be that the ritual that was used created that monster? I think so. I think those are all the people that were sacrificed in blood. Shadow Warden, thank you so much for subscribing, using Twitch Prime on the channel. It means a lot to me. Mensis have also employed Thumerans, the bell ringers of the Thumeran labyrinth. Somehow they got them to work with them. And they're empowering it and summoning it. It's like their figurehead. But with no more to empower you, I'm ready to fight you. Let's hit it. 583, that's not bad. He summons portals to drop corpses on me. He's a mass of flesh. At will exploding parts of his body to damage me. It has two sides. It vomited acid. I gotta go over here. To nitrous. I've knocked him down. Now I can hit him, the leader. Well worth. And he's down again. Are you ready to die, you disgusting fuck? Easy. Easy. God, I love doing things this arcane way. Coming in with a bolt weapon, damaging kin, is even gemmed against kin. I put a damage up against kin gem in. We've got like the ultimate bolt attack from Tiny to Nitrous. We just absolutely demolished that monster. So I like to think that that thing is just, you know, the blood was used in the sacrifice to communicate with Murgo, the Great One, right? But the result was also them able to take the many massive souls and put it together and summon it as a sort of defender of Mensis, which we'll see in a second. We also did get a yellow backbone. Special body parts collected by Healing Church. What was this gruesome bait used to lure? It basically strengthens Chalice dungeons, I believe. So you get difficult fights and more difficult Chalice dungeons, but the rewards are better. The additional rite rotted offering beckons ungodly forces, normally terrifying things, but also worthy prey for a special hunt. Alright, well, it's dead. It's done. The bodyguard of Mensis, as it is, has been defeated. And behind it, the thing they fought to protect The School of Mensis. Their members. They're all dead. And they've been dead for a long time. What does that mean? And their leader, Micolash, he's dead. He's already dead. The monstrous Church of Mensis, in its attempts to become great ones, or kin of great ones, to mass strength in the arms race to become as strong as a great one, as knowledgeable as a great one, Willem managed to put up a barrier between their terrible rituals and the world to prevent what they've done. But they're already dead. Like, they killed themselves in their rituals. They died. But the weird thing is, yes, they died, and yes, they defeated themselves, but they achieved what they wanted. They communicated with a great one. They called forth this annoying baby that's crying, Murgo, to gain an audience with him, in hopes of becoming great ones themselves. But it's not quite how that worked out. It didn't work that way. The result was the sacrifice of thousands, the death of thousands of innocents, the death of the School of Mensis, and the creation of their own hidden plane. They took their cathedral, their big-ass cathedral of Mensis, and teleported it into the nightmare. Into the reality that's on the other side. The lower half of Byrgenwerth and the lecture hall. We're back. It's the same place in the nightmare. This serves as their hub. They basically created a hub for themselves to continue studying without the world being able to interfere. The results were questionable, right? And then they gave themselves access to 2 sort of islands in the nightmare. We have the Nightmare Frontier, and then we have what we're going to go see in a minute that I don't want to spoil. But that's their main base. They have the hub connecting to 2 sort of sections in the nightmare. And inside one of those sections is their main base. Damn it, she's still there. Maybe it's Micolash that continues it. But hey, at least there's some progress here. She's missing. She's gone out to get us some more sedatives. Wait just a wee bit longer, my little sweet pea. I'm not a little sweet pea. I'm a big pea. I'm a big, lovely pea, alright? Anyway, she went out here. And something or someone killed her. Probably one of the church guys. Alright, mate. She came out here to get me more. And ended up dying in the process. But she did get one on the way back. Someone caught her, though. Poor girl. Thanks for this, the useful item. It's going to be really helpful. But that's the end of her storyline. Maybe if she was a nicer woman prior to going mad, we could have saved her. But as it stands, I have brought a bunch of people to Uden Chapel. And he's, was happy about that at one point, poor guy. But she's not looking so good. She's dead. He's dead. There's blood everywhere. And she's gone insane. Completely insane. She doesn't sound good. Does not sound good. Does not sound good. Hey guys, how's it going? Feeling okay? What's that? Oh my god! What the fuck, guys? I thought we were friends. Those guys are dicks. I thought we were friends, but I was wrong. They're mean. A unique enemy there, you only find him right here. It's weird that he's even here in the nightmare, to be honest. More chunkage. Give me that sweet chunkage. They're shooting the goo at you. That's not. I did not consent to that. That's not right. This is wrong. Anyway, before we go over to Fire Fist over there, Monk Main. Let's have a look around. Just always check the ceilings. I hear something gooey nearby. In there, apparently. Got more. The fetuses. We got a note. Hunt the great ones. Hunt the great ones. Who is leaving these notes, honestly? At one point, someone in Byrgenwerth, in this study hall, decided that the great ones need to be hunted. Killed because they're bad, or maybe it's because they want to collect them and then, you know, use the blood for power. That's the big room down there, which we saw before, where a bunch of them attack us. On the room on the right should be, as we can hear, the lantern. That's most of the left side. Let's just keep going. I don't think it's the messengers bugging. Hey Osler, what's up, dudes? No worries, welcome to stream. Right, we got one more door over here, and then the nightmare exit. Another note. The nameless moon presence beckoned by Lawrence and his associates. Pale blood. A confirmation to our contract. Seek pale blood. Find the pale blood. We've asked so many about what pale blood is, and we've only now got a real answer. The nameless moon presence. Pale blood. Pale blood is the moon presence, whatever that is. Lawrence and his associates beckoned him. Wasn't it German, though? Free third chords. There's no way that anyone in-game, like lore-wise, any character would be able to write that and know that for sure. Maybe it's a theory they had to become a great one. This is what they're doing. Especially Mensis. They're trying to become a great one. Willem wants to have as much knowledge and achieve status of a great one, but I don't know that he wants to become a great one. Mensis, specifically Micolash, wants to become a great one. Not just a kin, a great one. Now they've used one chord each to achieve their extremely powerful goals. I have 2. And that note says I need 3. 3 for what? 3 to become a true great one. Not a kin, but an actual, genuine god. The first human great one in existence. God damn it, his wake up's so quick. Why are you so strong? Unique enemy. I'll tell you what, I'm going to do this. You know what, I'm using fire against a guy using fire. That's probably bad. Admittedly, this doesn't seem much better. He seems even more resistant. 160 versus what? 60. Okay, alright, alright. He's just really resistant, apparently. So strong. And manly. Ow. Look at his fire fists, man. How you get so cool, dude? I want to be cool like you. Tantrum. Unique enemy there. Just like the one with the big, the chain that holds him down that he uses as a weapon. Try arcane damage? Oh, I didn't try arcane. I should have tried arcane. You're right. So here's a trap door that looks very, very similar to the one we saw in Byrgenwerth. That's why I think there's a trapdoor up above us somewhere in one of these rooms that leads down into these lecture halls, connecting us to Byrgenwerth physically. There is another door here, though. Before I go that way. Not sure if there's anything up here, but I'll go look. I think it's just going to open on the other side, to be honest. Oh no, here we go. An item. Another sub, Chubby Guy. Thank you so much for subbing. Using Twitch Prime on me. Communion, a reference to the church. Well, it makes sense because we already know that the church is involved, blood administration, etc. The healing church is actually originating the School of Mensis. School of Mensis is like a sub-faction of the church. So it makes sense Communion would be here anyway. It's just a stronger version of it. But where is this trapdoor going to lead? Behind the door where Spider Patches hides. And Jesus Christ, is he horrifying. This right here, I don't care what you say about this game and everything in this game. This animation when you approach Patches from behind is horrifying. The most horrifying thing in this game. Here we go.
Oh, this cannot be. You cannot be. No, you didn't. Lord Amygdala?
Yeah, I killed him.
How did this come to pass?
Just using the beg for life emote. It's just so creepy the way he moves, man. Like, look at him. Look at him. Oh, his head is like abnormally big as well. Yeah.
Now, wait just a moment. Do you think ill of me? Me?
No, not at all. I love you, Patches.
Indeed, I should think not. I shared with you a thing most secret. Now you're witness to a miracle, and all the stronger for it. You should appreciate it if you've a grain of gratitude in you.
Wow. I should be thankful. Thank you, Patches.
Appreciate it.
I fucking love Patches, dude. Holy fuck. He's like, yeah, you know what? Actually, I did you a favor by trying to kill you. Thank me. And can't help but laugh at how ridiculous what he's saying is.
No matter. Such details are trifling. We're fast friends by now. Let this express what words cannot.
Oh, hell yes. The stronger anti-clockwise rune.
Oh, doubt me not, sweet compeer. What is friendship but a chance encounter?
What is that necklace? I'm not sure, but there's an entire chance that the necklace is just a necklace that Patches wears in all the games. Just a little reference, I suppose. But I'm not 100% on that. I don't know the origin of that.
Ah, well met. My apologies, but I feel a profound thought occurring on the good grace of a certain god and the way he meted out his love.
Okay, profound thought about this god and how he shares his love. Who are we talking about?
Ah, well met. My apologies, but I feel a profound thought occurring on the good grace of a certain god and the way he meted out his love.
I don't know what he means by that. But that allows us to open up the shortcut. We're not going to need that. Just did a quick check. The necklace isn't in other games. I don't know then. I don't know. Anyway. Here's the exit outside from above, which will take us to a different region of the nightmare. The Nightmare of Mensis. This is what they created with their ritual. With the power to summon Murgo. They used it to create their own section in the nightmare. The darkest section. And transported their base of operations into the nightmare. Somehow, they got their hands on not one, but two great ones. I suppose that's why you might consider them the strongest faction in original Bloodborne, because they achieved the most with their powers, I suppose. But I guess that's all just opinion at the end of the day. I've done similar rituals and this is amateur at best. Check it out. Inside that room is something that causes the most frenzy you'll find in this game. But like all effects of that nature, it requires line of sight on you, or something to cause frenzy on. Now I'm running around here with 46 insight, so I'm gonna go spend some, so this area isn't quite as ridiculously difficult. Can you let me use the goddamn lantern, you dumbass who died right here? Aha! Fuck that guy who died right there. Fucker. Getting in my way. Okay, let's lower our insight so that the frenzy bar, withstanding a frenzy, is increased. Do I care about any of that? Not really. Let's buy some bloodstone chunks. Go down to 6 insight. Insight increases game difficulty. If it does, I feel like a twat for upping mine to 9-9 ASAP. Basically, Tony, you see different things when you have more insight. Some enemies become harder, some remain the same but different visual effects. What insight does to you in regards to frenzy is it basically makes your frenzy bar, you know, your capacity to withstand frenzy, smaller. Because you see the nightmare for what it is. With your eyes. See how it causes frenzy on enemies as well? I love this effect, the way it makes the whole area glow when it's activated. The visual effect of frenzy is very cool. It causes spears to appear in your brain, in your body. Have a look, I'll let you see it. I've seen some really cool visual representations via amazing artists for like what frenzy would look like if it happened to you. It's pretty dark, to be honest, man. It's grim. Nothing up there, is there? Okay, here's another amazing spot for blue elixir. It hides me from their sight, so that I may go all the way up here and defeat the guys before they throw one-shot rocks at me. Quick, 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 quick. Go, 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 go. Step back. Very good. Alright, there's an item down here and one more that I gotta deal with. Quietly, quietly, quietly. Seems to take more damage from a power attack from the spine. I guess that makes sense. There we go. Right then. So as you know, lead elixir gives you infinite poise. And as you know, Shaman Boneblade causes enemies to attack one another. Extremely useful when you're facing a lot of opponents. Extremely useful when there are many weak opponents and one big strong one. Do I need the lead elixir for this? It's a risk if I do and I don't use it. I think I don't. I'm gonna put it on the line and say I don't. But I'll need it for the second guy. The bell ring is here somewhere. Check it out. Ah, it's a room filled with spiders, just like Patches, without these fake faces on over their eyes. And it's a big one. Right. Here we go. Got it. Already it's dead. The big one's already dead. These little guys, man. They don't fuck around. And I'm gonna use them again now. Lead elixir. We can hear the baby clearer now. Now we hit him with it. So the spiders kill him for me too. Isn't that cool? He's cheering because he thinks he's won the fight. But actually, he just killed a spider. Still more spiders remaining. Gotta be careful. This guy is from the choir. You want to think of him as like a spy for the choir. He even brought sedatives here as well to deal with the situation. Oh god, that was scary, but we did it. And it can be a really dangerous part of that, especially when you take them all on at once like I did, including that fight, which is really difficult too if you don't do it safely. So the lead elixir and the knife, the bone blade strat, very good. Very good. Anyway, Yeah, so he's a spy. We have seen now that the choir and the Church of Mensis had a falling out. Even give you bone blades here in case you don't have any for that strat. Isn't that cool? They thought of so much, didn't they? In terms of where they place items, it's so intentionally done. I love it. Anyway, yeah. So the choir and Mensis are two separate factions working for the church. They had a falling out. Started working against one another. The Mensis faction kidnapped and killed one of the choir. And then the choir had also sent a spy to the Mensis nightmare to spy on them. So there is another detail that you'll notice. All of the walls, floors, ceilings have eyes. Literal eyes. And some of them have legs. Eyes wandering around. And the majority of them, all of them really, have been killed, stabbed directly in the... Well, where else are you going to stab it? In the eye. They killed them. Wandering eyes. At least the ones with legs, anyway. Maybe they were a problem. Whereas the ones on the walls, they don't care about. As we move further inside, we see defenders of the Mensis place. So we have the ones outside, defenders of the entrance. The reborn one. And then in here, we have slaves. Wearing the same or very similar helmets to the queen of the Vilebloods, really. Interestingly. They are not neutral. They will attack you, but at this moment they're neutral. They let you get a false sense of security and then swarm you. It's great. We have an elevator here. This should be a big shortcut for us. And a lantern. I've never cheesed Micolash before. But since this is an Arcane playthrough, it makes sense for me to at least give it a try. I know how to do it. But I've never done it, so it might not be very effective in my attempt. We'll give it a go, though. Alright, this is where they're probably going to start. Yeah. They don't want me any further. They've noticed I'm not supposed to be here. They don't care when I'm not near what they're meant to protect, but as soon as I go near, yeah, they're not into that. I could blue elixir through this area. It has given me some. And I mean, why not? So we have some holes in the ground here. It's very strange. Big drops into darkness. Don't know what's down there right now, do we? But the ceiling appears to have a big gap in it. Keep making our way through this nightmare. Things are only about to get weirder. This is just a little bit of testing. Blood, you know, the Church of Mensis, the Scholars of Mensis style. It's a crow with a dog's head. Why? Because they can. Because they're fucked up. Because when you have no one to stop you from doing whatever you want, and you want to experiment, you do dumb shit like this. Apparently. Flappy puppies. Yeah. Yes, I suppose they are. Oh, okay. Right. I did not even try to jump there. I was going to roll. I actually stopped sprinting, but yeah. Because they weren't annoying enough when separated. I know, yeah. The crows and the dogs, man. Oh, okay. Right. So the jump doesn't work, but, you know, the roll doesn't work either. Okay. You know, that's fine. Let me just sprint. There you go. Some bullshit. Very strong gems, though, so I guess I forgive them. Ah. And then you have dogs with crows' heads as well. Hey, guys, it worked with the crows. We gave them dog heads, lol. Now these... Let's try it the other way. Crow dogs. Why not? Why not, dude? I can only think of about 1 billion reasons to not do that. This leads down to, as you can see, the lantern and the side exit, or entrance rather. There's 2 very big shortcuts in the form of cages. Very Dark Souls 1, Sense Fortress style. I guess I'm wanting 40, so I'll push up to 40. I love how the sound of Murgo's crying gets more and more clear. See that the hole up there just goes up and up and up. Drops all the way down into darkness there. There's a lot of these cages and such hanging. Look at these things. They're parts of bodies. And they're being controlled like puppets. Another bit of experimentation from the school of Mensis. Taking limbs of corpses and controlling them like puppets. So the question, chat, viewers, is it cos or cosm?
Ah, cos. Or some say cosm. Do you hear our prayers? No, we shall not abandon the dream. No one can catch us. No one can stop us now.
Okay, you son of a bitch, you puppet master. Where are you hiding? I love this character so much. He's so trolly, I love him. Okay, so if I recall correctly, you want to lead him in there. So I want to spawn him. He's mocking me. Then you run at him from this angle to bait him in. And then you fight. Where are my attacks going, mate? There we go. That's right, I got spells too, son. Oh shit. Traded.
majestic. A hunter is a hunter even in a dream. But alas, not too fast. The nightmare swirls and churns unending.
I love him. The voice acting for that is so good. He's mad, but he's still capable of learning. Right, so he's up there. I want to lead him. Oh, okay. What? I'm not going to die to a rando like you. He's mad, but he's still learning. Like, he's learning about hunters, even now. I love him so much. He's such a troll. Dun, dun, dun. Come on then, run into the mirror. Where are you, you son of a bitch? Stop it, alright? I get it. I'm a hunter, but I'm also a beast. You don't have to make me feel so self-conscious, dude. There he is. Shut up, you dick! I'm not. I don't deserve this. A hunter should not be made fun of, okay? I'm very serious. The iron door key, very important key. Talk about that later. And can I get a woo in chat, please? Can I get a woo? Do 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 do. Alright, so I want the room that I can drop on him to fuck him really hard. Like, bug him out.
Oh, of course. Well, some say
Here we go. Here we go.
Do you hear our prayers?
I need to get in front of him. There. Ha ha ha. Oh no. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh god. Hefton, thanks. I fucked up, chat. I let him hit me. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, just kill me from full health in one hit. A woo, dude, a woo. No! I could have easily made that. Oh well. Oh, they don't care, okay. Fuck. I could have easily made that when I knocked him over. Just run straight to the door, but I decided to try and hit him. No worries, it's fine.
Ah, cause.
Scared me, the breathing.
Some say cousin. Do you hear our prayers, as you once did for the vacuous realm?
Grant us eyes.
Grant us
Eyes.
Plant eyes on our brains to cleanse.
Oh, for fuck you.
The higher plane.
I missed loads of dialogue because I couldn't pick up my item. Oof, that hurts. That really hurts. Stop. I'm fucking fighting you, dude. Stop it. Stop screaming. You dick. Punching me. Get fucked. Boom.
Now I'm waking up. I'll forget everything.
I love him. I love him. This fucking guy. And that lifts up the bridge, allowing us to cross over in the highest point of the inside of the cathedral. Wolfinator's with an extra £8 as well. Thank you, dude. He just says, eyes granted. Thanks, man. Now I can see from the inside. He's such a meme. I love him. I love Micolash. People hate him. People hate the fight. I've heard people say that was a bad voice actor, which I so disagree with. Yeah, he's very comical and very silly. But, like, I think that's great. He's gone mad. Like, it makes sense. Anyway, he drops his cage, the Mensis cage. The school of Mensis control the unseen village. This hexagonal iron cage suggests the strange ways. The cage is a device that restrains the will of the self, allowing one to see the profane world for what it is, without your own desires. It also serves as an antenna that facilitates contact with the great ones of the dream. But to an observer, the iron cage appears to be precisely what delivered them to this harrowing nightmare. Madness. Complete madness. And I'm looking good. Note how the puppets are dead now. Micolash was controlling them. So I will actually continue here. But I will not go to Murgo. I intend to just quickly go around collecting the extra bits of this area. And of course there are many stone chunks, bloodstone chunks here. They're obviously really important so that I can upgrade my next weapon immediately. There's shadows of Yharnam here. Very interesting detail. Elevator currently not operable. I have always hated this jump right here. I've always sucked with it. But I don't really have a choice. I have to give it a go. Don't fuck up, dude. Don't fuck up. Just walk off. Don't roll, just walk. Yep, cool, cool. God, I hate that. It's so fucking buggy. Okay, this time I'm gonna try the roll. I'm gonna wait as long as I can. Wait, now! There you go. I guess it's just you have to wait, like, absolute maximum. Otherwise you just get, like, clip into the invisible wall. Anyway, there's a chest down here. Inflicted organ. Special material used in Holy Chalice. Special body parts collected by the Healing Church. What was this gruesome bait used to lure? The additional rite offering offered beckoned... God, what a weird sentence. Additional rite rotted offering beckons ungodly forces, normally terrifying things, but also worthy prey. So once again, another item that makes your chalice dungeons harder, but better loot. Ew. Ew, you're so gross. And you sing, that's nice. So we get a good look at a winter lantern here, inadvertently. Come on, hit it. Ooh. Ah. I survived. I'm fine. Oh my god, that nearly hit me. Could this be Cos or Cos? No, Grand Wolf. Cos is in the DLC. We know who Cos is. I hate that the frames on the hug, the grab, are insane. The range on it is massive. Stop singing and come over here. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, ho, 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 ho. And bunch of gems now, eh? Jesus Christ, man. Alright, we made it across the bridge. What's your reward for that? Oh, you know, spiders. And what else? Fucking bowl cut spiders. Even worse. I don't know why it is that there are spiders with faces in this world. I guess it's just that it's, you know, a nightmare. It's probably... Goodness me, I can't move, by the way. That whole combo stuns you. It's probably just the fact that they were men turned into spiderous beasts by a type of blood. Some of them got faces attached. I don't know why. And I guess that's what happened to Patches in this world. And they all have that necklace, yeah. Nearly fell down trying to avoid that. Okay. So, you're going to get a glimpse of it now. This is a great one. It's a ball. A ball of eyes and flesh. Massive eyes. And it is just like the winter lanterns with their eyes, their bulbous head with the eyes causing frenzy. It does the same thing. That's the source of the frenzy in this area. Looking out. Killing anything it sees. And it's technically a great one, I do believe. That's where all of the eyes originate from. The many, 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 many eyes that are all around this place. Quick, 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 quick. Ow. Whew. For that, you get another arcane weapon, but it's the first healing one. The Choir Bell. It's very weird, this one. Special hunter tool of the choir, high-ranking members of the church, fashioned after a bell that projects an arcane sound across planes of existence. The sound of this small, silver version of the bell does not cross planes, but grants vigor and healing to all cooperators. So it's a AoE heal spell to those that heal it. It's a co-op heal. The most similar thing to holy spells or whatever that you've seen Dark Souls. And we're actually hanging over where the spiders were hanging from. Ugh. The entrance of this place now. Maybe the blood of this one's what was used to make the winter lanterns. It's possible, Buggin. I'm not sure, though. Because, you know, how that works is it transforms humans into different things. You know, you got one that transforms them into spiders, one that transforms them into aliens, sort of like celestial emissary style. You have one that's Great One's wisdom, so it's the Great One. That's the sort of reference, and lets you really know that. You have ones that turn them into beasts because they're infected, corrupted bloods. And that's all, you know, on a human. A doll? A puppet? I don't know. I'm not really sure. Because it doesn't really work like that. It's, you know, it's a doll. I think the doll came into existence because of German's deal with the Great One. And we've got a lot of gems there. Generally, I believe they're related to Blood Tinge. We found a key on the other side of this door. The Iron Door key. One of the 3 great bridges that link the 2 cathedral cradles. And this key opens the iron door that leads to the mid-level bridge. There are no thieves in the nightmare, then why lock a door? Well, be warned, there must be a very, very good reason. So you can actually come this way early. But the problem with coming this way is you walk across this bridge while the Great Eye, the source of the frenzy, is active and just hanging there, and you come right up in front of it. You are not going to survive that. You're just not going to survive that. So it's a little clever thing. Okay, I remember jumping down in that hole being confused. But there is a way out. So this is where it was hanging. And you can see all of the eyes on the walls and everywhere, really. Just coming out of the stone. It can't help but be willed into existence. Because they're right next to the Great One of Eyes. And there we go. Oh, God, it's satisfying to see. The Blood Rock. The highest level of the stone shards and chunks. It's a goddamn rock. Look at this. See a little stick, a couple sticks, like 4 sticks together, and then the rock of it, just stone. Large solid chunk that forms in cold blood. After death, a substance in the blood hardens, and that which does not crystallize is called a bloodstone. This is no mere chunk. It is nearly a boulder. Few bloodstones of such size have ever been discovered, even considering the combined experience of all the hunters. So I jumped down there originally, my blind playthrough, thinking that was the only way out. Regret. When there's a goddamn exit right here. German made the doll. I believe the Great One, the Moon Presence, gave it life. And this takes us all the way back to the middle bridge where the spiders attack us. There you go. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed today's episode from Session 7. Session 7 is going to continue right away, though. It's just that it's an extra long stream today so that we can make as much progress as possible. But we're already nearly up to the 4-hour mark. So for the sake of me editing episode 7, I'm going to have to stop it there for YouTube. And then we'll do episode 8 in the same session. But otherwise, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. More Bloodborne soon.